Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Iris Alsu of Parental World Knowledge, and I'm the owner and founder. In addition, I'm the president of Artist Barbara Alsu Fine Art Studio. And we're a nonprofit, no affiliation to Parental World Knowledge. Although Parental World Knowledge does donate bracelets to us and different jewelry, so we're able to do our fundraiser. And we did raise another tickets sold. And it's only $5 a ticket, and you're able to get a beautiful antique piece of jewelry. I mean, we have rings, we have different things that, I'm donating for Parental World Knowledge, and why supply last. And you just have to call, and you can get your ticket, and you can also get your free art or poetry lesson. So, that you have a year to use. We don't run out of that. But, the jewelry, you can't wait forever because people will want antiques. They're just, flocking to me and wanting them. And a lot of people, they don't have cash. That's the problem. They want to use their charge card, and we don't accept charge card. I felt for a nonprofit organization, I just don't want to accept things online. I just want to know that it's either, well, if it's a smaller amount, we can take cash like we do for the tickets, but because we donate 50% to epilepsy. But if there's a bigger amount, then they can write a check to Artist Barbara Alsu Fine Art Studio. So I just want to let you know that our number is 973-736-1. You're hearing me. That's 973-736-1637. Again, 973-736-1637. We're here Eastern Standard. Generally, they go by New York. And it would be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to be on a reality show, it's weekday daily, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm sorry I had to do security again before starting. I couldn't even start the computer. And, I did clear it up. Everything is fine now. But it does say poor system performance, so I just hope it doesn't go off and on too much. We're doing scrapbooking. Or like politeness and consideration for others is like investing pennies and getting dollars back. This was Thomas Sowell, Creators Syndicate. So I like that. I like that. And I'm going to put that in my book. And this is the ticket for a shop for a cause, but actually you're giving as much as 30%. It says 25, but you will be getting on many items that are even sale items as much as 30%, and that's August 29th. So you're able to get the free art or poetry lesson. You're able to get the free piece of antique jewelry as long as you please, come as soon as possible while supplies last. And you're eligible for an oil painting that I painted called Good Life. And in addition, you're eligible for $500 Macy gift card. and every Macy's gives away all across the nation. So you can shop. If you go on vacation, you can even shop there. All right, so I'm going to be cutting out some more words of wisdom from people. Now, it says here, some people make headlines while other people make history. I like that. You know, don't worry about making headlines, you know. Worry about correcting things in this world and making things better. That's more important. That's why I created my reality show. It was not to make headlines. It was really to get people in the world to be inspired, and especially our tech students. And I've said this before, and I want to say it again, so that we can keep our supply of them. If we don't keep inspiring these people, people are going to be dropping out of college, not wanting to continue. But the fine arts encourages greatly. That's interesting. I just met somebody, and they said to me, what you do is so different than what I do. But I have to explain to them. I haven't had a chance. I just got a little memo. But I haven't explained to them. I've explained, to the world different things, but maybe he didn't read, everything that I wrote. But there is a connection with fine art and architecture and engineering, because that's his field. There truly is. There's such a connection. And as I just said, I mean, if you don't have the inspiration from that, you're not going to be a better architect and engineer and, continue in your field. It's very difficult for young people that, first take architecture or engineering. And there's such a high percentage of kids dropping out. So, but there is a big connection. And I was able to even understand a lot of things from architecture and engineering that my son was learning. I looked over some of the things that he was doing while he was a student. I'm going to put those two in my book. And I hope you have a scrapbook. If not, what you need is to go to a stationery store. And you don't have to get an expensive book. Get a little book, about this size. And it has quite a bit of pages. And, you can spend about $9.99. I got them on sale. You have to check around. And what you should do is a theme for your book. Like I did a theme of, I had my baby years, the starting of my book. And I put a little baby carriage and a little name tag and a ribbon and a gemstone. And the back of my book is super. I can't believe how great. I got a picture. And then I put the tag from like a travel tag. So you can, take and cut a tag in half. You have to use the whole tag. And just write, what your picture's about. And I put some happy faces. I have some on the bottom too. So this is what scrapbooking is about. It's using scraps that you have. You don't have to spend a lot. Just get a scrapbook that's inexpensive. get some stick-on numbers and letters. You can get that in a dollar store. And some stickers too. You know, they can get a whole sheet, big sheet for $1. And the other things that you must have a good glue. And I use Elmer's glue. And it lasts for years. So now with the one that I have, the scrapbook I have, somebody gave me, the one I'm showing you now, and it has slide-in pages. I did not buy this. I prefer actually the pages that you glue in. You know, all this is glued in. And I love, you know, the way this looks in this book. And it's lines on the page, which I would recommend. It's easier to line up your pictures and everything. And it's really super. I mean, the way the pictures look in this, it looks great. And this, I should show you the cover too if you haven't seen it. I just want to show you. I put my son's name, and it's you know, his photo album, and I have like little ladybugs and fireflies, and he liked flowers too when he was a little boy. Not so much, you know, now he doesn't really, you know, do with flowers, but he did when he was a little boy. And once in a while he likes an arrangement that's a little more mature. But look, there's him with who was doing an event at school, and he's with the character Donald Duck. And then he was at camp on the top picture. So, like, you know, they had a really great background, like a space background. So that was pretty cool. And well, these are great scrapbook pictures. You know, you just have to do your theme. So think of a theme. And I'm going to be putting in some of these quotes, and I think I can slide them in. It's not all glued on the outside, but I think I can put them in. And, you know, I got some stickers I want to show you. You know, you can get stickers even in the mail for free. I've said this before earlier shows. I don't know if you were watching, but I just want to be sure you know this. So do not throw away mail that comes to you. Look it over to see if there's any stickers. And magazines are a great source too. That's where I got these beautiful quotes from. So, you know, we really need for scrapbooking to utilize everything we can. Even buttons and bows, things that you have probably have plenty in your sewing box, and, you know, utilize that. Why go out and buy ribbons when you have all the stuff at home already? I even mentioned you could take a piece of felt and just sew the edges to make it look old-fashioned, and you know, write little messages on it. You could have like a heart, and cut out a little heart, and then put the edges, you know, sewed on, do a chain stitch, and it could look great in your scrapbook. I had a picture of it looked like, you know, felt, and the edges were sewed. came from a magazine, but you could even make your own if you don't have one in a magazine. And I would keep everything in a box. Like, see, my scrapbook came in a big box, but you could take a shoebox and then cover it with different things. You know, you could put pictures, you could put material. Make your scrapbook great and make your box great. You know, you want to keep it a good keepsake. So, and this way, when you want to work on something, you can put everything in the box. It'll be right there for you. Well, I got it in, and I put that right between my son and myself because, you know, teaching him a lesson of that's, you know, something I did do when he was younger, and he does follow it. He's even giving lectures at colleges about helping the poor to be able to help themselves. And, you know, middle class is almost too poor, so you really, he talks about them too. So, you know, he's doing this at different colleges, and I'm very proud that he does these programs. And he's a member of Phi Beta Sigma, which is also, you know, behind him in these programs. So just so you'll know, and you know, he's been in NJIT in Newark, the college he graduated from. He's been at Rutgers in Newark, and there's other colleges that are requesting him to lecture, and he's going to, you know, try to do as many as he possibly can. He's a working architect full time, and then he's doing remodeling on, you know, just not big remodeling, but, you know, mild remodeling on the home. And so therefore he can't do too much at this point, but he'll go back to doing it once he completes the remodeling. And I just was looking in the background. There's some roses I got for my birthday. It was very sweet. A friend of my son, a very nice young lady, his girlfriend, gave me these beautiful roses. And there's actually were a dozen, and they're all different colors, and I like that very much. So, and I was sharing with that on social media that everybody could enjoy it on July 4th when I actually. So let's see what fits. You might want to use a different one. And this came from Reader's Digest, by the way. A lot of good quotes in there. I like this one. This is a holiday gives one a chance to look backward and forward to reset oneself by an inner compass. This was May Sarton at 70, and then it says Norton. Now that's a good expression. I'll put that quote in. And I have the perfect picture because I was at a holiday event. My girlfriend was having her anniversary, and it truly was a wonderful event to look back and to reflect on things. Truly helps celebrating the holidays with loved ones. There's a lot of other good magazines too where you can get quotes. Ladies' Home Journal, and then there's things for men too. There's, I'm sure that sometimes in the Esquire magazine, I guess for men, they can find some things. Better Homes and Gardens always had good quotes, and I hope that, you know, you have some of these magazines. Oh, that's perfect. So it gets right in. See, because it's a holiday picture. So why not? I have my little stating that it's a holiday. That's great. And here's one. Of healthy living, Crown. Well, it's common sense not to hold on to anger. It's not going to do anyone any good. Although people, they do hold on. So it's common sense, but a lot of people, they just keep being angry. And my parents always taught me to make sure before you go to sleep to just forgive, put it aside. You just can't keep being angry. Not good for yourself or anybody else. I'm going to put that right under my parents because they were the ones who always taught me that. There's my late parents right there on top. I love these quotes. These are good. Okay. Oh, I like this one. No mind is thoroughly well organized that is deficient in a sense of humor. Samuel Taylor. These are beautiful quotes. And that's one of the most important things in any relationship. Keep your sense of humor. You need to have a good sense of humor. You want to, date somebody, You want to get along, always have a good sense of humor. And look for that in somebody. Because if they don't have a good sense of humor, when things go wrong and they just blow up and just have, no patience and just so angered, that's not the person for you. You need somebody that can have a sense of humor on things. Things can't always go right, but you hang in there. I'm trying to fit it in here. I don't know if I can. I'm trying. I got it. And this was definitely a nice thing with sense of humor. They were at a dance and they're having a sense of humor, all the kids. My son, there he is up on top. So, they're trying to have. And that one before that I said that some giving your own child school, to me, is more important than making headlines. Giving some volunteerism, helping educate our kids. I used to go to the school all the time, helping. Even later, when he was in high school, I was doing an art stand. They had sand art. I never did that before, but I, volunteered, and I was helping everyone make this beautiful sand art, and at one of the fairs. And then I was also another time at one of his fairs. I was doing the spinning wheel. They had some amusement things, and I helped out. So they raise funds for the school, and I'm very happy I did all those things. There you go. And even later, when he went to college, I lectured about art. That people need to have fine art, and I was at NJIT with my lecture, and the parents were very pleased. And the dean of architecture referred his students to me with our organization, Artists Barbara Sue Fine Art Studio. In our country for architecture, and they're referring students to us. So that is an honor. I'm very grateful, and I will stop the picture. I do, give one free lesson to any NJIT student of architecture or of any of the engineering or computer, graphic classes. I'm reading some more quotes, and I'll read them out to you when I find one that I like. I like this. Young people have an almost biological destiny to be hopeful. And that's good. And we shouldn't lose that. We should always keep the youth inside of us, that spirit of being hopeful. Because when we start giving up, everything just seems insurmountable, never will work. And that's no way to look at things. I love this quote. This is great. And this was Marshall Gantz, quoted by Sarah Reamer in New York Times. Great quote. Great paper, so I, figure as much. They would have a wonderful quote. I'm going to put it right where my son is, and me, because I feel he definitely was always hopeful that things, not a quitter, works very hard at things. Let's see what other quotes. I like this. This is to send a letter is a good way to go somewhere without moving anything but your heart. Phyllis Brooks in House Beautiful. Very nice. And I hope you can find some quotes that you like, or you could even write out some quotes If you like some of the quotes that I'm giving, you could write that out. Just take either one of those tags that I showed you, or if you have, like I showed you the lines in my other scrapbook for my son, you could write right on there and put the stationery and write the quotes on there. So excuse me. I think I'll put it here because it's not fitting. Okay. So I have a little quote there, and it was a boyfriend, former boyfriend of mine, and that was his friend in the Army. So I did a lot of writing to him when I was at college, so that fits, saying about writing a letter. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. William James. Very good. Using my word of art. I love that. And then, you could get like maybe a Sports Illustrated too. They might have some great sport quotes that you would like, so don't feel left out that, I mentioned Women's Magazine. I mentioned, something else that men could use, but I'm thinking of, even now, more things for you, for men. Definitely try to get a sports magazine, and you can get quotes that you would like, I'm sure. I like this. A mind, like a home, is furnished by its owner. So if one's life is cold and bare, he can blame none but himself. Lewis, Lamore, Bendigo, Chapter, Phantom. And it's not saying like to make your home, very expensive furnishings and things. It's with that quote, it's just saying, to make your house warm and comfortable for people to come. That's really what it's meaning. And if you don't have that, because then you can get wonderful bargains on furniture and things to put in your home. But it's the warmth in your home, welcoming people and having it nice with your family. That's what counts. I like this one too. Winter is on my head, but eternal spring is in my heart. Victor Hugo. That's nice. So even when the cold weather comes in, I'm a person who likes warm weather better, but it's nice to keep good thoughts of better weather and times. And when people the camera's working with the verbal, as I started to say, and I don't know if you heard me, so I'll repeat it because the camera stopped. But when people like the same type of weather, they are going to get along better. So if you both like warm weather as opposed to cold weather, there's more of a chance that you're going to be getting along with that person. So to keep in mind. So psychologically, it's saying it's important, and then physically, it definitely is important. In fact, when I took these pictures for a friend of mine that had a studio. It was winter and it was so cold, but I put on these gowns or whatever, dresses, and some had no sleeves, and it was cold. But I had in my heart, warmth, and thought of good times in summer and spring, and so I put the quote right there. I don't know if you saw this before. I had it on an earlier show, but there's some other pictures of me. You can see it was winter because I had all that sweater. I had the sweater underneath, the top sweater, and I love dancing, so this one definitely is good. The truest expression of a people, its dances and its music. Now, I would actually say the truest expression of a person, but they said of a people. And this is Agnes de Mille. I like the expression, though. And let's see if I can get a dancing picture now. I found one. I was dancing with my father. See? Fits. Dancing. And I have, this is from a box that came with stickers. The stickers were on this particular box. And I cut the box up. They will get a nice heart out of that. Don't throw out your boxes that come with the cards. You can always cut the boxes up too. Just cut around, and then you can cut the picture, because it's harder when you're cutting cardboard. So just cut around, much easier. Well, I just want to say miraculous healing prayer for everyone in the world. I hope that no one needs it, but if you do, God heals 100%. I'm just saying the prayer. I pray a miraculous healing prayer for everyone in the world, of peace, spirit, good health, and strength. Amen. If you don't need it now, if you need it later, you can always pray to God with me. We'll be back tomorrow at about 5. I'm hoping I don't have problems again. Put a little heart on the page there. And I put a real happy face because this is the cutest thing. My nephew married a lovely gal. She's right there. And that was Jeffrey. And it is, well, that's not his wife there, but, you know, she was his steady girlfriend. And she was the biggest sport because she was a tiny little girl. And look at the size of that dog. Well, I thank you so much again, and I will say good night or good morning, depending on where you are. Bye now.